it's a certain time. That's right, back to back. Here on Hard Lens Media, it is Tulsi time. Oh, there's Tulsi Gabbard. There's Tulsi Gabbard. Now, Kira,
Very
take it
exciting
away.
news for Tulsi.
Yes, take it away. What's going on?
She qualified for the 5th debate. Mm-hmm. Isn't that exciting?
What were some of the qualifications again?
The qualifications were at least 3% in 4 qualifying polls or 5% in 2 early state polls. The one Tulsi qualified for is the 3% in 4 qualifying polls. Okay. So it's very exciting because I just personally believe that Tulsi's voice is an important one to have on stage. She also, what I really love about her is she's such a fighter, and she doesn't back down. As a woman, it's really, really fun to watch other women do that and take the stage and really kick ass. So I'm super excited to see her on stage. She's always one of my favorite people to watch. And I know that she's going to bring it guns blazing.
So let's kind of get an idea of what's really happening. So November 20th is when the 5th Democratic debate will be taking place. We here at Hard Lens Media will be covering it. We'll bring our wonderful graphics with us. We'll be drinking beer. Yeah, there we go. And the team will be
the date?
20th.
November 20th.
Maybe Kira, you can make it on the 20th. Write it down.
What's the day of the week?
It's Wednesday.
Tuesday?
Tuesday?
I bet I can,
November 20th?
I can make it.
No, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Yeah.
Nothing happens until I put it in my calendar.
We are live, folks.
We're doing it live.
So here's.
Oh wait, that's when I'm here already.
Yeah. High five mountain. All right, there we go. So let's get some perspective of what's happening. So Representative Tulsi Gabbard obtained 3% in an Iowa poll released today that was conducted by Quinnipiac University. She's now obtained at least 3% in 4 polls in the early nominating states or national surveys, meeting the debate criteria. And so this is a huge momentum for Representative Tulsi Gabbard. Now, why is this? And why is this important? Well, number one, she managed to knock out former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton when Clinton basically assumed or made this arrogant, insensitive comment saying that Tulsi Gabbard is a quote-unquote Russian asset or is being groomed by the Russians.
She blacked out for just a second.
Yeah, where's the evidence? Where's the proof? And then number 2.
She got New York Times to be like, not Russian, I meant Republican.
Yeah. And then also number two as well, Representative Tulsi Gabbard qualified into New Hampshire polls as well as securing herself on the ballot. Her campaign is still gaining momentum. And look, we even covered this some time ago with an article from the Washington Post. Even though the Washington Post was really smearing Tulsi Gabbard supporters, she is gaining momentum in Iowa. So it kind of goes back to this argument that myself and Daniel and Paul have mentioned, and Kira, I think you've mentioned it as well, and that is Tulsi Gabbard is going to be a wild card in this race. She's not going anywhere. Her campaign isn't slowing down, and it's, so far she is being unapologetic and she's continuing to gain momentum. And I feel that her voice and presence is needed because let's remember, during the 4th Democratic debate, she was censored a lot. And when she even tried to call out Senator Elizabeth Warren, the moderators were quick to censor her. So there's 2 things that Tulsi Gabbard needs to be aware of. 1, dominate. Do not back down when they censor you. And then number 2, call out the moderators and those who've been challenging you during this race, because this is the time now more than ever where you got to take the gloves off. People are watching. Your supporters are watching. And look, we're going to be critical of all the candidates, and we'll call out all the candidates if they have a weak night. But for Representative Tulsi Gabbard, this is going to be the night where you have to bring your A game and start swinging. Daniel, real quick.
So I just want to add that I think we're the only network that currently calls Tulsi Gabbard the Giant Slayer. And that's there for a reason, because she can take down people much bigger than her. I still remember the day when Kamala Harris looked down on Tulsi Gabbard from her 10-point lead and said, I only talk to people at my level. Now Tulsi Gabbard is ranked higher than Kamala Harris. So with that being said, I'm excited as hell to see it. I'll speak for myself. Tulsi Gabbard's the strongest fighter in the race. She has the strongest backbone, and she has a real ability to go against people and really take them down very quickly, very succinctly, in a way that I don't think I've seen in debates. I mean, how many times has Tulsi talked to someone and then their polls drop by half? Many times. So We have in the first debate, what was it? Tim Ryan she knocked
Tim
down?
Ryan was dumb enough to
Yeah.
say something, and then
He's
Kamala Harris
now
got
it's
knocked
now
the
it's
hell
who he
out.
is. But so we have in the first debate, she takes someone out.
He made the Al Qaeda.
Yeah.
Slip
Yeah.
up,
Yeah.
yep, and she
so,
schooled him.
So in first debate, she takes down Tim Ryan, and everyone still continues. And I don't think it was there in the first place. Said who? And then she took out Kamala Harris, and then she was screwed out of the third debate.
And mind
In
you,
the
she
fourth
did
debate.
she did meet the qualifications to make it on the third debate, but the DNC was pulling its favoritism card. Yeah. Also, real quick, we got on a live stream super chat. Lainey Peterson, thank you so much for the super chat. Lainey,
Thank
who will
you.
be hosting the show tomorrow on Thursday.
Both you and her will be talking about Epstein, I believe.
Yes, as well as talking about a
Such
play
a
that we
good
saw too.
story.
I know.
Ugh.
There's so much more to take away, but also another thing too about Tulsi Gabbard. You know, she's been dominating in the media, and finally, you know, and there's gonna be an exclusive video later on in Hard Lens Media where she even challenged the people on The View. Because let's face it, look at day one when Representative Tulsi Gabbard entered into the race. She constantly was called a Russian asset, an Assad apologist, or they were saying that she was Jill Stein 2.0. Well, in an earlier live stream that I covered, the DNC chair even confirmed that no, she is not running as a third-party candidate. She's not going anywhere. She's all into this race. She's not even going to run for election. So what does that tell for re-election in Congress? So what does that tell me, and what should that tell all of you? That she's all in this race from the beginning all the way to the end. And let's just be real. She has carved a name for herself in American politics that people who are independents, Republicans, Democrats are going to have to take notice of. And she has remained strong and vigilant ever since then. So I am glad that she is qualified for the 5th Democratic debate stage. And I am glad that we are going to hear her voice. I think it's something that all Americans need to hear. But again, she is going to have to be aggressive and take command of the stage and not let the moderators or anyone else censor her. This will be her night. And if she cannot pull it off, you know, hey,
Well,
we're
when
gonna
those
have to call
mics
it
go
out.
down, there's
Yeah,
not
that
much
is
choice,
true.
dude. Yeah.
I would
That is
love
true.
to see Tulsi run to someone else's mic and go, hey, by the way, I can't talk out of mine. Just want to let everyone know that.
Yeah. And look, I mean, let's face it. One other thing, too. Tulsi Gabbard, as she's gaining momentum, I don't hear stories about her shutting down shop in California or New Hampshire. I hear stories about Kamala Harris shutting everything down. Beto O'Rourke is
Hey,
disappearing.
but hey, Kamala is a plus top tier candidate. How dare you use that methodology and wording and truth?
Yeah,
I forgot the other day that she was running. Someone was like, "Who are all the candidates?" I was like, doing my attempting to list everybody thing, and I forgot about Kamala Harris, and so I think
Yeah.
that's pretty indicative of how things are going for her.
Yeah, Kamala down all the way.